What's up, my peeps? Welcome to the Dookie Digest. Have you seen the crazy news across Canada lately? The two kids from Port Alberni, my hometown, that are on a bit of a murdering spree going across Canada. It is a nationwide alert for their capture. Well, I figured it a good opportunity to explain why the hell I got out of Dodge. So, let's just step into it, guys. Now, I agree with Philip DeFranco not mentioning the names of those accused. You don't want to give them any notoriety or anything like that. So I will just call them buttheads. So buttheads happened to supposedly murder a couple and a gentleman, and on their escapades burn 2 cars and managed to get help, it seems, to get out of the area as to where they were spotted. And they're from my hometown. Doesn't surprise me one fucking bit. Port Alberni seems to be a bit of a degenerated gene pool, I guess you could say. I don't know whether or not it's just the valley or what, but there is a lot of buttheads. You know, people up to no good. I mean, Port Alberni is the whole reason why Canada took on DNA testing along when I was back in elementary school with the Jessica States murder, along with 2 others that were back to back, being the first series of murders by a serial killer, it seemed, in a small community. And that's just like the tip of the iceberg with my hometown. I mean, there's tons of things that go on that relate to situations like these, where we get 2 young kids that, after working at Walmart for a couple weeks, decided to be like, fuck it, we're gonna go out and get the big money up in Alaska. At least that's what they told their parents. Go off and end up taking on a murdering spree, to be something that I'm like, well, that don't fucking surprise me. Not to mention the fact that I knew their families, and like having grown up with people they were related to and seeing how they conducted themselves through school, I was like, yeah, no, I could totally see one of his relatives becoming a murderer. And, you know, I swear it's just the gene pool. So when I got the opportunity, I was like, I am the fuck out of Dodge, guys. That's it. I am not staying somewhere where I am likely to get killed for my damn car if it's too nice. I mean, you know, you don't walk through the reservation as a white person. Like, you just don't do it. You're gonna get jumped or killed. You know, if you gotta cross 4th Avenue, you bloody well fucking run. Because that's a ghetto. And someone in the ghetto's got a gun. And it's only 1 frickin' block. But man, you wouldn't believe the amount of times I got frickin' circled and kicked. I mean, I had my bike jacked, sucker punched. I mean, the list goes on. And that's just as a kid. Now imagine if I stayed there past the point of young adulthood, when I was starting to get in trouble with the law myself, and I was perceived as someone to be afraid of. And then I go into adulthood when I finally discover myself and become a respectable human being. What would happen to me then, being surrounded by all fuckheads and buttheads and people that want to rip you off and take what you got? I would be forced in a position to protect what I got and myself. Essentially, the whole crab in the bucket scenario, where they ain't gonna let you out of the bucket no matter how much you try get out. without losing a goddamn appendage or two. I don't know if you've ever heard that one, but crabs in the bucket. I mean, crab sees another crab on its way out, it grabs that other crab and pulls them back in. You ain't getting out if I can't get out. We're all gonna die together. And that's the misery loves company. And that, in a nutshell, is Port Alberni, my hometown, and the reason why I got the fuck out of Dodge. That's the Dookie Digest, guys. Not surprised. 2 more murderers coming out of my hometown to make it into the national press here in Canada. Dookie out.